Hello, 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 BSR Nation. Welcome back to Everland, home of the Ponderosa. As you've noticed, I have been sharing some of the videos that we took while we were visiting my son and my daughter-in-law, my grandson, and my new granddaughter while we were in Hawaii. And while I was there, I picked up some of the plants that grow on the islands. This plant right here is called Plumeria. See that? These are huge trees all over the island, and they bloom year-round. And at nighttime, they give off a beautiful fragrance. So today, I'm sharing with you my experience of planting Plumeria. So wish me blessings. First things first. I misplaced my spade. So instead of mixing with a spade, I'll be mixing with a pot. All right, so the first things first, let's create a really great growing environment for Plumeria. For Plumeria. Starts with a good, well-draining potting soil. You see that? And this one that I have, this is actually for tropicals. It does have some chips of volcano rock in it. But I'm also going to I'm doing half and half, 50-50. This is vermiculite. So you see how much potting soil I have? I'm just going to put half. I'm putting the rest of the way up, almost the rest of the way with vermiculite. And what this will do, this will mimic the soil on the islands where these are grown natively, where they grow in their native environment. All right, so I'm gonna mix it up, see? And don't be afraid to put your hands in dirt. When you were little, hopefully you played in dirt. I know I did, and I let my kids play in dirt. It's okay. Believe it or not, the children that actually play outside and actually play in a little dirt, in my opinion, have a better immune system. I do believe, because everything that they go around is not sanitized, and their bodies and immune systems get used to different things that are not that harmful being introduced to their immune system, to their bodies. Now, I'm not in the healthcare field, but if I'm wrong, somebody let me know, okay? Somebody let me know. All right, so I mixed it up. I'll show you what I have here. See? It gives it a sandy appearance. You see that? All right, this is simple. All I'm going to do, first I'll show you the other Plumeria. I've got one shaped like that, so that's going to grow into a tree this way and that way. And I could actually cut it and let it heal over and then have two, but I decided I just would like to see what would happen if I get a tree that's going that way and that way. And it's quite all right. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is this right here. I have a watering can right there. I'm going to dip these into the water. Get in the water. And these small ones, dip them in the water. All right. Yes. Here I go. So I dip them in the water. The next thing I'm going to do is I use root hormone. I use rooting hormone. This is an old, empty, almost empty bottle of it. And what I decided, I don't like to dip directly into the bottle. So I just sprinkle a little bit in there. Okay, close that back up tight. All right, so now I'm ready to dip. I'm hip to dip, the ladies dip, the women fight for my delight. It's Plumeria. Why wouldn't they? Anyway, let's do this one. And this, we'll do 2 of them because I actually have 5 that I need to do, but I'll only do 2 today. Okay, so let's start by filling up these with the soil. And like I said, if you can't find your spade and all that, improvise. Don't be afraid to play in the dirt. Don't be afraid to get a little dirty. And after all, I do live in the dirty South. Okay, so there's one. See that one? And here is another one. Put 2. I'll do 2 today. Then I'll do the rest later. Okay, see that one? Okay. All right, so instead of doing both of these smaller ones, I'll do one, and I will do one of these. Since I have on pink today, I think I'll do pink. And I think I lost the wrapper for these, but I think these other ones are red. But we'll see. We shall see in due time. And I'll dip this one now, since I didn't dip it previously. All right. All right. It's really simple. So it's wet. See? I just dip it in here, in the rooting hormone. Just stick it in the soil. See? Stick it on in there. There. That's one. And I'll keep these, like I'll keep this, I'll put it in here so I can remember. The ones that I do know what color they are, I'll know because I'll have the label. All right, now let's do this one. Let's call this V for Victory. See there? All right, let's put it on in there. Push it down. Okay, we're calling this plant V for Victory. Yeah, make it straight. I'll try to plant it as straight as possible, but it doesn't matter because these plants will be transplanted when they get big enough, and once they take root enough. All right. Next step, I'll put these to the side. The next step is watering. Like I said, I have my trusty water can. So I'm just going to do it like that. Just give it a good soaking. Okay. All right. And there you have it. All right. And then since weather's been super spastic down here in the South, as you can see, it's about, I would say, 72 degrees today. However, you know that this weather will change on the dime because I've seen it. When I went to Hawaii, it was like this. I left at 7:30 a.m. When I got over there by 4, I would say after 4 in the evening, they were having an ice storm here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. It came out of here. See this? That bag? I'll save the bag and put it on top like that. And that creates like a greenhouse, like a miniature greenhouse. Then I take this, this is just a Ziploc freezer bag. And since this one is oddly shaped and I cannot find the wrapper unless I go to the recording studio, I cannot find the wrapper. So I'll just do this. I'll put it over there, see? I'll close it up on the end. So this too creates a miniature greenhouse. So there you have it. Plumeria. Plumeria. Native to Hawaii. Wish me blessings, as I know you will. I'll show you some more videos too from our experience in Hawaii. So beautiful. I enjoyed myself so much. And I did turn 60. I turned 60 while I was there. And I had a birthday party on the beach. My daughter-in-law, you know, she's a Filipino and she cooks delicious food. There was some kind of noodle dish, and I'm going to have to ask her what it's called, but it was so delicious. I ate 2 helpings. It's called adobo. They use adobo on the chicken, but she has a very special recipe that she sautés her chicken in. So we had barbecued chicken. We barbecued it. My son barbecued or grilled the chicken right there on the beach. And we had a lot of tasty things and had a great time. And nighttime fell. We watched the sunset across the water. It was beautiful. But like I said, I took a lot of videos, so I'm going to share them with you. You see, I love it. If you get a chance to go to Hawaii, please take the opportunity and go there. Until next time, stay prayed up and stay sprayed up.